Hi everyone, Stevie here again. I'm gonna show you guys what I've done with my dungeon. I'm gonna add some slides at the end of this video to, you know, go along with the dungeon. I have some pics of before it was done. Um, Let me give you a tour on it first. Here we go. All right, here's a massive look of it. Or here's the entranceway. There's the steps. And you go. You can see all that brickwork there. Center around the corner. I carved that all out by hand. All by hand. And then here you got, when you come in, turn around, you got some torches. Some more torches here, some lighting effects that I put on the back. It's made out of Q-tips. Some rubble, you know. And just give it a tour here. Come down here. There's a room in there. Then you come around this corner. More torches in a doorway. And there's a heat. Crossroads. You come around this corner here. Oh, and more rooms right there. I'm gonna make myself sick. Come down here. There's another room right there. And there's gonna be a huge room right here. Right in this room right there. And in this room, there's a fireplace. Fireplace I built there. And then if you come through here, there's more intersection up here. There's another room up there. Then you go in through here, and that's where the staircase goes to the second level. And this dungeon I made as a crypt. So when you would first walk in here, those cubby holes, those 4 cubby holes, will each have a casket, like so, like caskets. See here, put a couple of them, my finished caskets in there. See how you see those caskets like that, and the one's open. All these caskets I carved by hand out of foam board, and then and I also created a tomb. Now I'll show you some close-ups on the caskets here. All right, here we go. Here's casket number 1. This one's an open casket. You can see the dirty rags type pillow and whatever in there. Stone casket look. Here's a closed one. See how I got the cracks in there. I don't know if you can make that out. It's just pretty nice. And here's my tomb for the king here. And here's my son had a game. I'm not sure what it was. It might have been Halo. It's a board game. And he lost all the pieces. I had a couple guys left over. So, and here's one of them, that he gave me. I put it on a little pedestal, and I painted him up as a statue. And he actually had 2 of these left, so I gotta still paint the other one. And these statues are most likely gonna be like before you enter, maybe this room. The staircase. You'll see the statue there, and one on the other wall there, on the other side. And I think that would look great. And let me show you some of the other things I created. Everything I try to make is straight out of foam board. Here's a door I created out of foam board. Some of the paint rubbed off there. My daughter was messing with the stuff. She broke my something off the bottom there, but whoa! Hey, don't mind that. I gotta cut this piece out here. The cat got a hold of it. Yeah. So the doors will be here. I got little plastic things I put on the bottom of them so they stand. and every doorway is going to have a door. And I also have these full crates. You know, I'm sure it'd be a lot easier to make the stuff out of the Hertz Arts molds, but I took the time, carved off about a dozen of these things. You know, out of foam board, just carved them up. And here's a door, you know, before it's painted and everything that I foam board. Foam board. Let me go grab you a couple of my. Sorry about that. Here's a table. You know, a table. I gotta paint it up. You know, goes in there. Here's a broken table that I had created right there. Take that out. Busted. And here's some of my caskets pre-painted. See, strictly foam board. Rough up the edges a little bit so its stone's broken off. And these are some closed ones, some closed caskets. Here's an open casket. See what I do is I carve out the whole center here and I put a piece in here, a couple pieces of foam in there. You know, you'll never know the difference. And here, you take this part, which was a whole piece like the rest, and I cut it. And this was going to be glued on right here. You know, so boom, there's your casket. And then I got to cut the corner off here so I can glue this thing on a nice angle, you know, like that. And then if you get some of your skeletons, you know, from your skeletal army, the extra bits, you can actually create the skeletons crawling right out of these caskets. And the point of my dungeon, all these cubby holes, I don't know if you can see them all. Let me point them out, like here, here, and on this back wall here, will all have caskets sitting in each one. And that allows you for when your characters come across those caskets, you know, skeletons will pop out of them for combat. And you'll have all these different rooms. Some will have treasure, some will have tombs in them, different things you can find. And the second floor, which I haven't started on yet, is the main tomb area where the king is. It's going to be kind of like an oval, a round shape type of room, you know, but and with the main center point being the crypt of the king. And there's going to be other crypts all the way around him with big pillars holding the ceiling up, if you can imagine, and full of the family members. And you go into there, and it's just going to be an epic battle, you know. And you got riches galore. And so that's my dungeon. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you would like me to show you any kind of how-to videos on my caskets that I make, the doors, you know, anything like that, or even these torches, you know, I think you can find these torches, you know. Terrainaholic, I believe, not Terrainaholic, was it? Train Noob, I think, showed I think how to make these torches. If you see these things, I think they're called hilts that I created that these torches go right into, and they're all around wherever you want one. And I even got like, whoa, corner ones. See, in the corner. So, hope you enjoyed this video and it doesn't make you too sick from the camera jumping around. I'm not an expert at camera operation. Hope you all enjoyed this. Have a good one.